Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a bigger the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our window tinted so you really can't see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. And I got a special guest today. Lord have mercy. A long time coming. Angela of the Mobillionairez Brand is in the building today. How are you doing?
What is going on? I know, right? It's been crazy, but hey, we here now.
Look, you know, time is of the essence and everything will work when it's in due time. So this worked out right when it was supposed to. So I'm glad to have you here.
For sure. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. And just like I tell everyone else, thank you so much for taking time out your day to do this. You know, you could have been doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? You could have been momming. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. So I appreciate you. So we're going to get right into it. So Angela of Mobillionairez, if anybody was to ask, what is your brand about? What would you tell them?
If I had to like sum it up in a few words, I would say I want people to embrace the principles of the brand. So our motto is love, grind, inspire. So I feel like with those three words, those are very powerful because love, it all starts with loving yourself. If you can't or are incapable of loving yourself, then you're incapable of loving anyone else. And if you aren't doing what you're doing out of love, then what are you doing it for? Grinding hard, showing other people what hard work gets them, and then inspiring others always.
You know what? I love that. And I love the fact that it's in your creed, what you believe, and it's inspiring within itself. So let me ask you this, because, you know, I've copped Mobillionairez, you know, some apparel myself. You know, I catch myself wearing my wristband at work. And how long have you been active as a brand?
So I started the brand in 2020 during the pandemic. I started playing around with it like March, April, but I actually got my LLC and got serious with it in August. Also in August, I was deployed. I was active duty military. So things like slowed down a little bit with me being overseas, but I figured out a way to still keep it going. So I would say it's going on 2 years, but I would only say less than a year because as you know, everything that transpired last year, me losing my dad and 3 other family members, it threw me for a loop. So I didn't really do anything with the brand last year, but thanks to all my loyals for letting me know, like, hey, we need you back out here, like we waiting on you. I was like, all right, let me get myself together. Like if they're waiting on me, if my brand like truly inspires them to keep going, then how can I stop?
That's real. And I want to say thank you for your service. That's something that I really want to harp on. My father was a veteran, and I want to give you your flowers. You know, that's not something like, you know, to skip over. So, you know, hey, look. So let's talk about the beginnings. What got you going? What made you want to start Mobillionairez as a brand? What was your inspiration?
It started like I've always been known for fashion for what I wear, whether it's my clothes, my shoes, whatever the case may be. So during that time, my oldest daughter and I, we wrote a book, Where Did Daddy Go? And we wanted to make some gear to promote the book. And I made the gear, and people was like, yo, where you get that from? I need that. And I was like, oh, I made that type of deal. And then I was like, you know what? What if, because it was an old dream of mine. I was like, what if I actually made like a clothing brand, like centered around everything? Then I was like, wait, what would I call it? So I was sitting there, I was talking to my husband, and he was like, yeah, you would probably have some type of sentimental name or like something like that, because you just swear you're gonna be one of those billionaires or something, and that's what we need, more billionaires. And I was like, what'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
He said, what? I said Mo billionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah. I said, Mo Billionaires, that's the name. And then, I'm from Mobile. So I was like, oh, you know what? Hey, Mo Billionaires, and it's a play on words, giving paying homage to the city I'm from. Why not? Let's do it. And it really went from there. I started researching like what I needed to do to get things going, where I can find a supplier, all of that good stuff. And I just jumped head in and went with it.
I love it. I love when just sometimes just speaking things, you speak things into existence. You don't even know it. So
It's
that's
crazy. I was like, wait, what you say? Yeah,
hmm
it was crazy.
hey, watch what you say. You know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
right?
So let's talk about the other side of it, because this journey is of entrepreneurship is not a light one. It's not one for the weak hearted.
It is not.
So what obstacles did you encounter along the way?
I would say starting off, it was I didn't truly know how to deal with the suppliers. Like they literally
Mhm.
they want your money. So basically, they'll tell you what you want to hear. So you have to know what type of material you want. You have to know what you need to supply them. Like my first hoodie, like the arms was like all long and the body was all slim. And I was like, yo, what is this? And it was like, yeah, we give what you want. And I was like, no, I don't like this material, it's too long. But once I learned how to speak with them, like the language, I said, hey, I want 80% cotton, 20% polyester. I want the sleeves to be this long, I want the body to be like this. I want the end caps of the hoodie this color, all of that
Mhm.
good stuff. Like you have to break it all the way down for them, and the simpler the better, because it leaves little room for misinterpretation.
You know what? I'm all for expanding communication, and that's what this sounds like. So kudos to you for. And I think it's a life lesson we all need to learn, because a lot of times, because we're naturally self-centered, sometimes we expect others to understand where we're coming from
Yep.
just by us speaking, and then sometimes that isn't the case. So that
Yep.
lesson in patience is sometimes needed. So kudos.
Exactly. And then in my head, I'm like, you work with other people, right? Like, what do they want? What did they want? And they were like, well, they told me exactly what we wanted,
Mm,
and they kind of gave me what was left over. So I was like, yeah, nah, we're not gonna do that. I'm
right.
trying to build like something real. I don't just want people money. Like I want to give people an experience because of the brands that I rock with. I was I grew up on Ralph Lauren. I love Michael Kors. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I like the luxury feel of things. I like the comfort. And then I want to feel inspired. I want to feel motivated. So like that little pony on the chest, like some people were like, oh yeah, it just matches my shoes. I'm like, no, like that gives me like inspiration. Like it stands
Hmm.
for something. So it makes me walk, you know what I'm saying, with my head up higher, my shoulders back, little, you know what I'm saying, pep in my step, because I feel like I'm doing something. And that's what I want my brand to do for people.
That balance of confidence and brand recognition is something else. I like that balance. And speaking of balance, how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
Woo! All right. So with that one is a little bit tricky now, because I recently retired from the military.
Mhm.
So I had things like figured out. I was like, okay, I work from this time to this time. When I get off, I can do this with the brand. I need to do this with the family and things like that. But now the dynamics have changed, because now my husband is full-time reserve. So he works every day. He's on a totally different shift from me. So I'm here like holding down everything and dealing with a toddler and trying to do the brand and all of that stuff. So some days things don't work out as planned, but you have to learn how to kind of go with the flow. So when I wake up, I like to check my email, see if there's someone expecting something for me, like some type of delay, anything like that. And then I look at my orders of like, okay, I have this and that. And I try to do that before she wakes up, because once she wakes up, like, I'm hungry, I want to do this, I want you. So you definitely have to figure out how to balance things, not only around your schedule, but also your family's.
I dig that. So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about the totality of your experiences, dealing with dealers, dealing with customers, the ups and downs. Has there been a moment so far that is you would deem the most memorable? That one memory that's like, you know what, this is confirmation of what I wanted to do. Everything worked out for the better.
I would say like my moment of confirmation would be when one of the brands that I look up to, when they knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
wow.
Oh, so you saw my stuff before, like, who I am. So it's totally different when you have that type of recognition and respect from someone who's doing it like way bigger than you, someone that you aspire to be like. So I would say that was like one of the highs. One of the lows would be waste. Well, I won't say wasted. That's not a good term. But initially, I looked at it as a waste of money. I've like spent thousands of dollars trying to figure out like exactly the right like cadence for things, the right material, all of that good stuff. So you want to give customers the best price, right? So sometimes you like cut corners. You say, okay, well, I don't want to pay $500 for shipping, so I'll just let it come slower. And then you have these pictures of these things that you don't physically have, that people are waiting for. So they're looking at you like, oh, she's capped. She doesn't really have this stuff. She doesn't have her stuff in order. Or you say, hey, I'll pay the $500 in shipping, but can you cut the cost a little bit? And what they usually do is they use inferior material instead of using the top notch, because they're trying to keep you happy as well as get their stuff out. So it's like, okay, well, maybe she won't notice. No, boo, I'm bougie. Like, this don't feel right against my skin. I'm not, like, I'm the type person, like, I'm not selling this to my customers. Like, I'd rather take the L. So I had a Valentine's Day outfit that I was gonna release. One, it was hella late. It didn't get here in time. Two, most of the pieces were messed up. They had some type of imperfection, whether it was stitching, whether the M was crooked, the side panel was dirty, like whatever the case may be. I was like, I am not releasing this. So I lost out on $2,500. And over the years, it kind of keeps adding up. And people say, oh, yeah, just write that off in your taxes. They don't give you all that back.
Right.
And I'm not going to put like an inferior product out there and have people say, oh yeah, I got some from Mobillionaire, that junk was dirty, or yeah, it fell apart. Because guess what? I'm going to lose more money putting something that's kind of iffy out there than if I just eat the cost myself.
Right. Right. And
And
again,
it was
that is a
hot too. Like I was mad. Like I put mad thought into this design, and it's actually like really hot. But I was like, I'm not putting that out there.
you know, that's something my uncle used to call mistakes. And then he said expensive mistakes. But the thing is, with expensive mistakes, he didn't regret any of them. It was just a lesson learned that happened to cost a resource,
Mm-hmm.
and now
You
going
learn
forward,
quick.
right. And now going forward, you can pass that information along, to not only people that are listening and watching, but, to I'm sure other people that you've been around because you seem like a pretty open person to speak about business with. So, you
Hold
know,
on 1 second. I'm gonna play with you in a second, okay?
I love it.
All right, sorry.
No, you're good. I absolutely love it. I'm here for all of it. All right. So that's going to bring me to my following question. Now, this is kind of my infamous question, but not in a bad way. It's my long term question because,
Okay.
of course, with 2020, we like to look forward. So, where would you like to see yourself as a wife, a mom, a business owner, a brand ambassador yourself in the next 1 year, in the next 3 years, and then in the next 10 years?
Okay, so 1, 3. Hold on 1 second. Baby,
No problem.
I'm gonna ride the bike with the balloon. All right.
All
Stop.
right.
So you said 1 year, 3 years,
10 years.
and 10? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so 1 year from now, I would I'm sorry, she making me so nervous with this balloon.
It's okay.
She's taking full advantage of me over here talking.
Yeah.
Normally she'll be chilling. She's like, look at me.
They know what's up.
So let's see. 1 year from now, with the brand, I hope to be in a position to where I'm a voice for others to come behind me and do the same thing. I won't say do the same thing. I would say take theirs to another level because I want them to learn from me. So I see myself doing a book on how to like take your brand to the next level. So right now I'm making the adjustments that I need to make. I almost said mistakes, but we don't make mistakes. We make adjustments.
Mm.
So making the adjustments that I need to make so that my brand is on a platform and I'm one to look out for and one to actually listen to because no one wants to hear from the person who says, I think this will work. This is what I'm doing. They want to hear from the person. This is what I did. This is the level of success that I was able to obtain. And this is why you should listen to me. So I would say in the next year that I will have myself in a position to be a voice for those wanting to follow my footsteps.
Okay. All right. I like that answer. I like that answer. You talking like leaving a professional legacy behind, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. What I'm doing isn't just for me, it's for others that come behind me so they won't have to make the same mistakes that I've made. They can have it like a little bit easier. We're supposed to make things better for the people coming behind us so that they don't have to make our mistakes.
Yeah. If you're walking on dirt, you need to make sure you're laying bricks. I hear you. I hear you. All right.
Each.
So that's going to bring me to my final question. And honestly, it's my favorite because I dedicate.
I skipped the 5 and the 10 year, right?
Actually, you did. Yes, the 3 and the 10. The 3 and the 10.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 3 years from now. Usually I don't tell people this because they kind of look at me like I'm crazy. But 3 years from now.
It's not bad. It's good.
It's good. Okay. Good job. Mommy's almost done. Okay. Okay. So 3 years from now, I see myself being way more than a clothing brand. So that's why I call it the Mobillionairez way, because I want it to be an umbrella for all the things that I'm trying to accomplish. So I mentioned before that my daughter and I, we were Where Did Daddy Go? Well, my brand avatar is a astronaut, and his name is Mooney. So I want to have a children's book line geared towards like Mooney, letting kids know that it's okay to be a dreamer. Like, I dare you to dream. I want you to reach for the stars. And then I want to do like Mooney tours, so the different elementary schools around the U.S. like go and do a takeover, like have somebody in like a little Mooney costume and everything, like the whole 9 yards. All right. So I'm the executive producer and creative director for a movie coming out this summer. The name of it is Soul Hood, and it's part of a saga. So I want to do more work like that. And I actually have a script for a movie that I'm working on, and I look to have it pretty big. But I want to start with the brand and helping other people like bring their vision to life first. So I have one some experience under my belt, and two, when I do these things, I have a name. So they're like, oh yeah, the chick from Mobillionairez, she got that movie coming out. So I'm doing everything on different levels. 10 years from now, like, I would love to see the brand in big stores like Macy's, things like that. I know a few brands have their stuff in Walmart, but that's just not my target audience. Like, nothing wrong with Walmart. Like, I'll rock something from Walmart if it's dope, but that's just not the quality that I want for my brand. Like FUBU, they sell FUBU in Walmart now. It is not the same FUBU we used to wear back in the day. I was so disappointed. I was like, this is a Gildan shirt. What are you doing? So I don't want that. But books in Walmart, Target, Barnes and Nobles, all of that type of stuff. But yeah, definitely going to be a household name. Give me 3 years.
3 years? Okay.
Give me 3 years.
What about the Big 10?
The Big 10. Ooh. I could see myself selling off the brand and just traveling for real. I could see that happening, or mentoring others on how to get it done. Like, I don't see myself doing the day-to-day stuff in 10 years. I see myself relaxing, chilling on somebody's beach.
Okay, I hear that. I love it. I love to see it. So go and get it. It's theirs for the taking. You're already almost there. Be real with you. All right. So that's going to bring me to my last question. And like I said before, this is always my favorite because I always dedicate it to the people watching or listening. The hardest thing to do is to take an idea and run with it. Really run with it. It's also the scariest. What words of encouragement would you have for someone who has an excellent idea, a dream of theirs, but they're afraid to pursue it?
Great question. I love that one. So I'm looking at you, I'm talking to you. Don't be scared of the visions that you have in your head. The Lord gives you these visions for a reason. And if he gives you the visions, he's going to make sure that you have the tools that you need to bring these visions to pass. The individuals that you will encounter, the opportunities that will come your way, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy by any means, but I promise you it will be worth it. Take the lemons that life gives you, squeeze them joints, turn them into lemonade. Make life what you want it, not what it wants you to have.
I love it. I love it. Well, that was very well stated, ma'am. Ms. Angela, this was a wonderful interview. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. If anybody wanted to follow the brand or follow you on social media, where could they find you?
So you can find me. My personal page is Angela P. Creary on Facebook. My business page is the Mobillionairez Way. On IG, it's Mobillionairez _ way. And I have a Twitter page, but I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't really do anything on Twitter. So mainly IG and Facebook for the most part.
I'm with you. I think I've tweeted once in the last 10 years.
Right? I'm like, oh, this is too much.
Right. It just ain't for me. It's the Wild Wild West. It's a little bit too much for me.
Right?
All right.
So
Ms.
I
Angela.
forgot, you asked me one question, and then I tended to Skylar, and I came back and I answered something else, and I forgot that part. But you asked me like who my brand was for.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So my brand, like my target audience, is go-getters. Not just any go-getters. Like I want the go-getters that they've gone through some stuff trying to get to where they going. Like I want to encourage you. Like I want you to know that you need to learn how to play the hand that you were dealt to get where you're going, and that's how you get further in life. Over here on this side, we all about collabs over competition. We all have our own special gifts. So my gift, me working my gift, and you working your gift, then is nothing but up. Because guess what? Our fruits are going to harvest even better, because guess what? 2 is better than 1. When I get weary, I get weak, I can depend on you to lift me up and keep me encouraged. And I hope that you let my brand do the same for you.
I love that. I love all of that. We need that in a TV ad like today, like ASAP. All right. Well, Miss Angela, again, it's been a pleasure doing this interview. I've thoroughly enjoyed all of this. You've inspired me again to keep going. So thank you.
Oh yeah, take that dream that you got on the shelf back there. Go ahead, take it off, dust it off, and do what you need to do.
Yes, ma'am. And with that being said, this has been your boy, Sirr. Mobillionairez, Angela Creary. We out.
One love.